I hope you challenge yourself after the last lesson and practice switching from D major to E minor immediately without using the help of A major, because you don't need to use those little shortcuts, and it will help out a lot when you're practicing more chords and adding stuff, because nothing is going to be really easy. And the A major chord really isn't that much help. It seems like it's kind of in the way. But everything will come much easier if you can just get to stuff much faster. So when we ended, I told you that we'd be starting on another chord. If you remembered, it was C major. And if D major was too much of a hand stretch for you, C major is going to be difficult, but really, what is a couple inches between your fingers? So if you weren't able to play D, you're not going to be able to do C. So like most chords are played with these three fingers, 1, 2, and 3. C major uses those three too. So I'll show you the hand position and where to put your fingers down. So with 1 on the B string, E, A, D, G, B, first fret up here above it. Second finger is on the D string, E, A, D, second fret right there. And the third finger is on the A string, E, A, third fret, C major. This chord doesn't really have a memory trick for it, but as long as you remember where 1 goes, also remember that you just skip this string right here, and you just bring your fingers down every fret. So like E minor, to where you just had that one area, and then you're just like, oh, this goes right by it, and A, these two go by it. You can also look at C major as, I know where 1 goes, I know you skip this one, and I know that 2 come right after on different strings on frets down. So just like every other chord we learned, you're going to want to make sure it's being played right. So we're going to strum down each string, and I think you know by now, if your chord does not sound like this right now, or when you strum down each string, you kind of get nasty sounds, try fixing your fingers, and you should know how to do that. Just bring it more up and make sure they're not on the fret exactly. So after you got it right, play the full chord, and for the chord, you're going to strum down from A, this second string, to high E, so all the way down. And why you start on A is because where your finger is right now, it's not really A, it's a C note. You know? Yep, A. You see? This is this C note right here. And C is the root, and the root also gives it its name, so that's why this is called C, because of its root. So let's just create a few strum patterns. And if you're going to create a few strum patterns, I suggest like doing 2 different ones, and then between each one, try taking your hand off for a couple seconds and bringing it back, and seeing if, trying to get fast and accurate. So maybe like down, down, up, 1, 2, up, down, up. So like that, you know, just fool around with it. Because this will help learning the shape, and it'll help you to get your fingers on fast and in the right places. So since we now know the shape, we are going to try to switch between C major to E minor to A major to D major. So we are going to start on C major, what I just showed you, A to E, and we're going to go from E minor now. And this is really simple. You're going to want to take your third off, hold it back, and 1 is going to go on the A second fret right by your second finger. But remember, when you do E minor, you strum down from the E all the way to E. So when you go from C, it's A to E, E to E. So now that we are on E minor, you're going to want to get to A major. So leave the second finger where it's at, bring 1 on the other side of it in the same fret, and 3 we are going to bring back down on the side of 1 in the same fret. So starting from the beginning, we got C, we got 3 off, we got 1 over, and we got 1 behind, 3 down. Oh, that wasn't right. So now that we are in A, you'll notice that this is the same shape I showed you last time. And this does come in handy, I realize, because if you're going to go like from D, A, E, it's as easy as sliding fingers and just going, I got to do a whole different thing. Yeah, so sliding fingers with it's easy, so that shape does come in handy. And now that we are in A, we're going to want to get to D major. So you're going to leave 1 where it's at, and then 2 is going to go on this first string, 2nd fret, and 3 will just fill in the gap a fret lower. So now that we can get C, start on C, drop 3, bring 1 over, bring 1 back, bring 3 down, keep 1, bring 2 here, bring 3 down. So, and always make sure that each chord is being played right. Take it slow, count it out, and don't overwhelm yourself. You'll eventually be able to and don't just try that order too, because you're not always gonna, when you see something, it's not always gonna be like, oh, go C to A to E to D. You might be going D to E to C to A. Sorry. So try different patterns, different. Always try different ways, because that will help you out in the long run. And yeah, take it slow. So I may be going like, but take it slow, because if you take it slow, you'll eventually build up on that and be able to move faster and play right. And you want to play it right. You don't want to be like, oh, I can go like that, but I don't know where my fingers are hitting, and I'm gonna assume I'm doing it right. So you're just gonna count it out. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 2, 2, 3, 4, 3, 3, 3, 4, 4, 4, 4, 4. So that is C, and those are ways to get from C to your other chords that you know. Next time we will be learning our last chord. So, and there are many more chords, so it's not like, oh, there's only C minor, A major, and what's the last one? D major. And then next time we'll be learning G. There are more chords, but in our 9th video, I'm planning on teaching you how chords are made, and like, if I give you a major, how do you get to a minor or a minor 7? And stuff like that. And then finally, with our last video, you'll know all the chords, and maybe you'll be teaching yourself new chords, and we can do some songs. So then, yeah, we're going to do some songs for the 10th video. So for now, you're going to want to practice these 4. Practice C minor, A major, D. And then we'll be getting to G. See ya!